Hi, everyone. Welcome back to In Our Prime, our podcast and YouTube series. I am one of your co-hosts, Priscilla Loomis, and I am joined by my incredible husband, Ken Loomis.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Welcome back. We are so excited that you are here with us. You are joining us from wherever you are. I actually have not checked to see the locations of where everybody is listening from.
You can do that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. You can see the age group. You can see the demographics. It's very awesome. Very, very much.
But so like, do they do a survey?
No, they can
Like,
just see who downloaded
it?
it and see who watched it. Yeah. You can find out like what part of the world they're from.
That's cool.
Yeah. The radio show.
Mm-hmm.
So I work at a radio show, 98.7 The Coast.
Hence the backdrop.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't work in the studio. I work in the next studio. But we just started doing our podcast, and we get people from Brazil listening to our podcast, which is so crazy.
Very big in the Brazilian world.
I guess so. We get Philly, obviously. We get LA and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to check out where our podcasters are listening. But again, thank you so much for joining us. We are very, very happy to have you. Hopefully you are enjoying all of our interviews. And today is a very, very special one.
It's going to be a full house in here.
It is. Way to go. Way to go, honey. Way to go.
Yeah.
But as we always do, we start our podcast YouTube series with a marriage question, an in our prime question.
Doo-doo.
And tonight's question is, do you believe in the 70-30 rule? Now, there is another marriage rule. Stop making fun of me. For those of you who are listening to the podcast, for some reason, my husband has, I don't know, some kind of overhaul of sugar right now. He is goofy and quirky and crazy. And he's so out of character right now. So I'm sorry for everybody who has to watch.
Making fun of you is my love language.
I should have never told you about love languages.
You never should have, but now I'm going to use
So we're going to be discussing the 70-30 rule. There is another rule in marriage about the 80-20. That's not what we're talking about.
70, and there's a 42,
baby,
58.
No,
we got all these numbers.
The 70-30 rule is about time spent with your partner. They say that in a successful relationship, you spend 30% apart and 70% together.
Not work nor sleep. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 70% together of the relationship and 30% apart. Now, you spend on average 2.5 hours a day with your partner. I think that's crazy. But when I did our math, they're right on.
Yeah, so that's about 5.5 hours together a day, about 2.5 hours.
Well, you're at work for 8.
And you're asleep for 8.
So
that's 16. So the other 8 hours a day, 75% of that is 6 hours. So we'll just round 70% to be like 5.5 hours.
But most of the time you have weight room and I'm training.
Yes.
So we spend
a lot of that 30%.
Yes.
I don't spend much of my 30% away from you. If it's not work or sleep, I'm usually with you.
You have football.
That's work.
Weight room.
I
know,
work.
But I'm saying like that takes up most of the day.
And that's what I'm saying. If not work, I'm spending time with you.
So you're saying you don't get alone time?
Basically, yes. When have we been in a house together in separate rooms? 2-3 times max in our marriage?
Because you like to play video games.
Yeah, in the course of the 2 years we've been married, right?
Look, I like spending time with you. I'm not going to apologize for that.
I'm saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying these are the facts and the numbers.
I feel that it should be 80-20. I do. I feel that you spend 80% of time together and 20% apart.
We do probably 95-5.
How can you say that when we didn't even live together for the first 2 years of our marriage?
Again, please listen. When neither of us are working, when we both are home and have free time, 95% of that time is together.
Yes.
That's what I said.
I know, but you're acting like you're making it seem like we're always together and we spend every waking second together.
Yes, we are. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love it. I kind of reason married you for that. Like, why would I want to be married to you and then never be with you? But we only get an hour or two a day max together. And we usually spend it together. Unless you have a Zoom call, which I consider like work, an interview, you're training, I'm at work, one of my plethora of jobs. When we are both home, chilling, doing nothing.
Usually on the couch.
We're usually chilling together. Unless you're watching some corny movie again. And then I'm like, nah, son.
But you watch Bridgerton.
Yeah. Because I want to spend time with you. That's how much I love my wife.
You do.
Staring at that dude's ass for hours for you, baby.
You definitely sacrifice your alone time to spend with me.
Oh yeah, no doubt. 100%.
And I feel like I do the same thing for you. It's not like I don't. It's just I value our time. Yes. I enjoy spending time with you.
Yes.
You are like my best friend.
Yes.
So when I have my alone time, it's usually like the hair salon, getting my nails done.
Yeah, it's all you.
Yeah, stuff like that. But for the most part, I want to hang out with you. I want to drink a beer. I want to go to the beach. I want to go for a walk. Whatever it is, I want to do it with you.
That walk.
I just don't.
I don't buy an electric bike.
70-30 doesn't. I guess it seems like a lot, but most of the time I feel like that 30% that most guys really like to spend by themselves.
We aren't the couple to ask because we are both so busy. We don't have a good pool.
But we also really enjoy spending time with each other.
Yes. But is that because we rarely have time together? So we don't get on each other's nerves?
We were fine in the pandemic.
Yeah. Except for that damn chores and stuff you made me do. Paint this wall, wallpaper that.
Updating the house.
Yeah, potato.
This episode of In Our Prime is brought to you by Abond Wine, a locally owned wine company that prides itself on bringing an authentic and quality product to its customers in every bottle. Visit abondwines.com and support a brand we here at In Our Prime love so much. Tell them Priscilla and Ken sent you. Welcome back to In Our Prime. This is the portion where we talk a current event. Now, it's usually Ken's area, so I'm going to let him take it away.
This is me taking. Caught it. Thank you. I'm going to take it.
Maybe it's just that I can't handle you right now.
It might be time for the 30. Well, let's just go in our corners.
Oh my gosh. This is literally the first time I've seen him today, and he is just...
I'm just my normal, loving Caucasian self. Baby. The people watching know I'm white.
Okay.
It's not news.
What is the current event?
It's not a current event, but because of our guest, I think it would be nice that we address the topic of TV and film reboots.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot coming.
Yes. And my question is, why? Are the people in Hollywood just not smart anymore? Like there is no creativity?
No,
or are they just lazy?
I think it's, I don't think there is as
if you look
as much talent, because back in the day, these shows were iconic.
Also, let's go the last 20 years. You've had, I'm just talking sitcoms, The Office, 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, Modern Family. That were just phenomenal. Just insane.
Hits.
Just boom.
Hits. Yes.
Yeah, hits. But besides that, I can't think.
Well, that's because we don't watch it. Well,
Yeah.
that's what, like, these are things that we don't watch. So I think there's just so much content out there that people are missing. Like me personally, I really missed Hey Arnold. I really missed Rugrats. I really
so
missed.
You missed
I missed
emotionally.
things.
I thought when you said missed, like it went by and you didn't
no,
see
like
it,
I actually, yes, emotionally was attached to these shows, like Will and Grace. They did that. It was a really, really good show.
But then why did they reboot it? Because people are just so sad it was gone.
Yeah, and a lot of the shows today, like you just said, what did you name 5? I don't watch
sitcoms,
I don't watch Vampire Diaries. That's huge. I don't watch, Supergirl,
Game of
Supernatural.
Thrones was huge.
Yeah.
But
it's like a hit, like out of the 100, Game of Thrones hit.
Oh yeah.
So like there's like, look at Netflix, look at Hulu,
I mean,
look
having
at
a show that
Prime.
just goes a distance is very, very rare.
Yes. And because there's just so much. I mean, how many times do we go through Netflix or Hulu and we're just like, people love The Good Place. I couldn't get into it. I love the whole cast.
I heard great things.
Exactly.
Phenomenal things.
You watch Impractical Jokers, people think it's the worst show ever.
That's true. So
like, I just feel like it's something back in the day. Everyone loved Will and Grace. Everyone loves Seinfeld. Every single person loved it, but there wasn't streaming. There wasn't internet. There was like this. What was on the TV? What was on the TV? That's all you got. Friends. Friends is a classic, but now people are like, "Oh, Friends was overrated." You're one of them.
I am one of them. I'm leading that charge.
Yeah, and I loved Friends. I thought it was so great. It was so clever. But again, it's that nostalgia. I watched it with my mom. Yeah. So these are the kinds of things that I feel like they're bringing back the nostalgia. Okay. I mean, they want to reboot Franny and put Cardi B as her daughter.
Who's Franny?
I'm sorry, Fran Drescher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the nanny?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Didn't I just say they bring back the nanny?
No, you said they bring back Franny.
Oh,
like I know who she is. Like
Fran Drescher.
What's up, Fran? How you doing?
Nanny. Yes, and they want to put Cardi B as her daughter.
Okay, interesting.
So like, I just feel like they're trying to bring back emotion.
Yeah. Okay, but like one of them is Grease.
Grease what?
The movie. They're making it a TV show.
Oh, that's dumb.
Okay, I agree with you.
Maybe they're just making money. They're just trying to make money.
I mean, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, but I don't think they needed all those live musicals. Rent, Little Mermaid, Grease.
Well, that's because
A Christmas Story.
If you can't go to Broadway, they bring Broadway to you.
And it was horrible. I mean, Rent was one of the worst shows, and it was because somebody broke his leg, and they only aired the rehearsal and not the actual. Like, it was just a mess. So like, yeah, so it's just like they're just doing too much, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I see there.
What else are they? Name the list of all things that they're rebooting.
They already brought back Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum PI.
MacGyver.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's a lot of CBS. Supermarket Sweep.
Oh,
that's cool. Like, game shows are cool.
Shows are always
every
good.
year in the summer. ABC does Family Feud and Whammy. They're cool.
But even like the show that I went out to LA to film.
Yeah.
It only lasted one season. They're just like throwing things out. I'm like, you guys just have the money to just see what happens.
Give it a try.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And if it works, you stick with it.
But there are certain things that should not be touched ever again. What? Seinfeld, Friends, Big Bang.
Well, Seinfeld,
The Office.
They did a mini reunion on Curb.
You can have a reunion.
Friends, they're doing a reunion. Is that true?
Oh yes, they're doing a reunion, but they're not continuing the
Big
show.
Bang, they did the prequel. That's still going on, right? Young Sheldon. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't want them to touch it. Like, I Love Lucy, they should never touch ever again.
Well, aren't they all dead?
That means nothing. They'll just hire a new cast. That means nothing.
Oh.
They can always take it back and redo it.
Okay.
They're making an I Love Lucy movie.
Are they?
Yeah, about her life. So it's just like some things, like Cinderella. How many Cinderellas and Peter Pans are there?
There's a lot of Cinderella remakes.
It's
Cinderella
ridiculous.
This, Cinderella that. Yeah.
Just stop. Just don't touch it.
Well, the plot carries.
How many times can you redo Peter Pan and Cinderella?
I think there's like 10.
There's like
there's so
many.
One of the Cinderella things.
And you know what's great? Yeah, that's for teenagers. Yeah. So maybe it's for kids that they're trying to reach. I don't know. But I didn't even watch Well, the thing is, I don't pay for cable. So when Will and Grace came back, I didn't have that channel.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it is going to go philosophical on you?
Yes.
Do you think that that's a deeper level of us on society? Us ADD, too many options, streaming, yes. Tinder, everything's there.
Yes, we have no focus. But I also think it's the lack of talent. I really do. There are so many talented people that they won't give jobs, and then they give the jobs to these crappy people.
I make you the argument that because there's so much more content out there than 30 years ago, there are more doors open for people because they need to fill up all these shows. Like, no one would have heard of whoever the black dude is from Bridgerton if it wasn't for Bridgerton. So thank God Netflix is just pumping shows out left and right. Or who would have seen this French?
To be honest, everything that Netflix does is pretty good. Like everybody has, you may not, but I don't think you're the target demographic.
For Bridgerton, I'm not.
No, but I am. I'm a, middle-aged woman.
You're not middle-aged.
Okay, younger middle-aged. Like I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, the 18 to 35.
Yes. Yep. That's who they're reaching, female. That's who they're reaching with all Moxie, all these shows. Yes,
them and signing Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Was reaching out to me.
Exactly. So I feel like I'm not going to get really philosophical because I don't think they're doing that. I think they're just like, we have money. We want everyone to keep on getting Netflix and watching it and not doing something else. Like they just partnered with a sleep app to help people fall asleep. Mm-hmm. Your main platform is for people to watch. Why do you want people falling asleep?
Because people are tired of hitting the button. Are you still there?
Are you still
still watching?
I hate that button.
Well, I appreciate it because the others don't. And then you fall asleep and you waste 2 seasons and you're like, wait, where the hell am I now?
I love it.
How am I in season 10 already?
In Our Prime is so excited for our upcoming guest, mother, wife, actress, businesswoman, author, and now clothing designer.
Icon.
Literally icon. This Emmy Award nominee is known for her role on Full and Fuller House. She is a proud Christian, queen of Christmas, and phenomenal role model. Please welcome Candace Cameron Bure. Candace, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited. Everyone that I told was like, oh my God, she's just a breath of fresh air. She just seems so lovely. And so you have many fans. How has your 2021 been? I know there's a lot of up and downs, but you just started a new clothing line. You wrote a book. Please let us know how your 2021 has been.
You really slacked off.
I know. I'm a big time slacker.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
It was, of course, the last year and a half has been difficult for everybody. Mm-hmm. I will say though that there were many blessings and I could find the silver lining in so many parts of the last year and a half. But I'm so grateful that on the work front, mm-hmm. actually was good. And I know so many people can't say that. So it's like, I say that with humility that mm-hmm. I was really grateful that my job making Hallmark movies was in Canada where they opened up sooner because their numbers were lower. So I managed to film 5 movies in the last 9 months.
Wow.
How?
And of course, as far as like all the other projects, like I released my 3rd children's book back in January. But that, I had already worked on that. It was really just waiting for the printing press. And now I've released a clothing line. I mean, there's lots of other things in between, but these are all things that I'd been working on well before 2020. So we managed to kind of stay on track as far as the release dates on them. Some of them got pushed a little bit, but in the workplace, it was very fruitful. And also at home in my personal life, it was quite fruitful as well. So I've gone into 2021 with high hopes and expectations. And so far, like we're chugging along.
Yay. And I know that one of your babies is the new clothing line. And so I haven't been able to get anything yet. So I'm waiting patiently because I think you are releasing it tomorrow, May.
Well, May
7th.
So tonight at midnight, it actually goes on sale. And that's our 2nd collection. We released last month and it almost sold out. I mean, many of the things sold out immediately, which was incredible, but there's still a handful of things that are available at qvc.com from the April collection. And then we have tonight, the May collection, half of it goes out and then another half will go out at the end of May.
Okay.
But we have many more collections throughout the year that I've already worked on. I mean, this baby's like been years
in the making.
We have a fall collection coming out and a winter collection, and I'm currently working on the February collection of 2022.
Man, you do a lot. Kudos.
When I read your bio, I'm a hustler. I work, I have many jobs, but looking at what you do, I was like, I need to step up my game. It's just,
No.
I need to step up my game.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
This wasn't something that I had originally planned, but you are so strong in your faith and it's so beautiful to see. And I know that you are in a genre that wants you to be different. And it's something that inspires me. And it's something that I feel very connected to you about. How have you stayed so grounded in your faith? Because I mean, I remember watching you on The View and I was like, if these women don't back up off of her. Like, it just felt like you were just, it was just always something, right? And so I'm always just like, and she's always just so light and happy, and just you radiate God's love. So I just wanted to ask you that very quickly. I'm sorry.
That's the biggest compliment ever, just to be told that you radiate God's love. So I appreciate that very much. And I hope I do, because I want people to see the joy that I have. And that's because of Jesus in my life. And it's because of my faith. And, you know, the faith is the foundation of who I am. So I can't walk out the door and push it aside. I can't leave it at home, and I can't not talk about it. It just is who I am. And I try to read my Bible every day and take my time so that I know God and I'm in relationship with him. So it just comes out of my mouth when I'm talking in any conversation. It's like hard for me to bottle it. Not that I want to or I'm trying to, but I think I'm so confident and comfortable in that and speaking about my faith that and of course I'm talking about it from me and my perspective. So I'm not forcing it on anyone, but I love to talk about it if you want to talk about it. So I feel like that's kind of how I put it out there. And if people, want to talk, like I said, I'm super open, but I would never put someone in an uncomfortable position to force them to talk about faith issues if they don't want to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I have a question, and please bear with.
Please tell me that it's in our guidelines.
It's in the guidelines.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So when you were on Boy Meets World and you had to play a witch, was that troubling for you because your faith is so important and real to you? Or is it just, it's the job? And
it's a good question.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I am an actress, so I have fun with any roles that I'm playing. But if there's something, I'm not trying to be myself.
Yeah.
For every character. Otherwise, I wouldn't really be an actress. I would be a personality.
Yeah.
So with that, I never would mind playing people that aren't of the Christian faith or that believe completely the opposite as an actor. But in the storytelling, or if it's even through different characters, I would typically want something that is either redemptive about the story or is pointing people in a good direction. And I'm not just talking about religion. I'm just saying, because what my concern is, as far as the television work that I produce and that I star in, is that it's positive, it's family friendly. You can sit down with your kids and watch it and enjoy it. And that's what my goal has always been, and I've been very intentional about. But to answer your question, at 18 years old, when I was on Boy Meets World, I was like, oh, fun, cool. I'm playing a witch because it's a funny sitcom, and I'm there for the jokes. Like, I love to make people laugh. But I will tell you that there was that tinge of like, inside, just because it just felt wrong. I'm an actor, and sometimes you just get past it because playing character. It was just a funny sitcom.
You were 18. Wow, that's so crazy.
It's amazing how just young she was from the jump. Like, Full House,
and she legitimately hasn't aged.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't aged like a day.
Yeah, how old is she? She's 25.
I know. I was about to say. I was like, when I did this, I was like, okay, so she's about 35, 36, and then I googled it, and I was like, oh, I'm so wrong. I was so off. And so, because when I see you and your daughter, you guys are like twins. Like,
thank you.
Spinning image of I love your relationship. I think it's so great. But I do have to read this because I don't want to get anything wrong. You are, because I read your intro already. You're a mother, you're
Oh,
an
look at that
author,
cup.
you're a wife, you're a businesswoman, you're an actress, you're a producer, you're an Emmy Award nominee, you're a director, and the list continues because now you're a designer. How do you the first question is, how do you balance it? Because everyone knows I have 1,000 things that I do, and I frequently get overwhelmed and I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But on your level, you can't just be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do today. I need a moment. Everyone's like, well, you're kind of on a deadline. So
Right.
How do you balance it? And what do you want your fans to get from your legacy?
Okay, so how to balance it? I did write a book called Balancing It All.
Oh, I'm literally
overnight that from Amazon.
I'm literally Amazoning
Over
it.
at this point, because I wrote that I probably close to 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. But what I say is, I think we can do all of the things, just not all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. I don't think we should be trying to do everything all at once. There are certainly seasons in life.
Yes.
It's okay to put things down and pick it up at another time. At this point in my career, I have a team and I have a company. So I have people that I work with on a daily basis. Like,
Gotcha.
This is not a one-woman show anymore. It used to
Yes.
be. It used to be probably 10 years ago, but as my company grew and the projects grew, I have incredible people that I could not do all of the things that I do without them.
Yeah, your team was phenomenal. When they reached out, they were so loving. I was like, thank you so much.
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that. I work with, my team are like-minded people. So
Nice.
that's also so important to me because they represent me when I'm not present.
Yes.
And I've worked with too many people where it's like, talk to my people, but their people aren't nice.
Yeah.
Like, you might be nice, but your people aren't nice, but your people are a representation
Right.
Of you. Yep.
So I have turned down working with people because their people weren't nice.
Oh, I'm so glad you said
I don't want
that.
to play that game.
Yeah. I always wondered
You're
that
all
because I was
nice,
like,
you're not.
obviously I do this organically. I just reached out to you and I reached out to other people, and some people's are kind of mean. I'm like, never mind,
nice.
forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they are a wonderful representation of you. You did good.
Can you take a sip from that mug again, please?
Oh, what's the mug? I
You
looked at
missed it. Look at that
sorry.
thing.
It's a matcha.
Knew you would
cup.
love it. That's why I asked her, because that's got your name written all over it, babe. Yeah. I
love
know. She missed it the first time.
It's fabulous.
Yep.
I drink matcha every day, and this has been a long day, so it's my second matcha of the day. But I do have my little matcha cup to make it nice.
What's a matcha? I just finally learned what sambuca was, or sambucha.
She's answering you, sweetie.
It's Japanese green tea, and it's in a powder form. So
we have some at the house, girl. He just doesn't drink it.
Okay.
That's all. Okay.
This is what happens when you don't look in the cabinet, sweetheart.
It's true. That's on the shelf I don't touch.
It's green and it's in a little package. He's like, that's obviously not for me.
Powder form, and you use a little whisk.
Yes,
I combine with hot water, but most people make lattes with it. They use it with milk, but I'm a traditionalist and I am water only.
Got you. I mean, I know that you have done a lot and you love to dance and you are fit, and I love that. So that's a part of who you are. You are really into health and
I love
wellness.
All of your videos too, because that's your job. That's, or I don't know what you call it, job or passion.
Yeah, it's a passion, it's a job. Yes. It's my 9 to 5.
I am just enamored with fit people. I love it. And athletes. And I'm married to a professional athlete. So I absolutely know what goes into it. And then to be an Olympian, there is a different mindset that you have that most of us don't have. So I get starstruck at Olympians. That's why I was like, yes, I'll be on your podcast. Yes.
Oh, you are too sweet. Thank you so much. Look, I'm going to legitimately tell my husband this all the time. Like, do you remember what Candace said? Do you remember? Remember that conversation? No, but I mean, I have like I do a lot of speaking engagements, and it's about the Olympic mindset, and it's about taking this Olympic mindset into the everyday life. Right. And so I appreciate that. And I know that what you like, it's that I'm in awe of you. So it's like, I love that we both honor, respect, send light and love back and forth. It's wonderful. Do you have a question, dear? I'm sorry, I'm taking over.
It's okay. So I'm a big hockey fan.
Okay. Great.
Your husband and his brother are probably two of my favorites of all time.
That's awesome. I love
How did you two meet? The American and the Russian get together.
Yeah, our first dance at our wedding, we played From Russia with Love.
That's amazing.
That was our song.
That's incredible.
It's a great song. Mm-hmm. I think it's great.
So Val and I actually met at a charity hockey game in LA. It was a Luc Robitaille charity hockey game. And then Dave Coulier, who was on Full House, played Joey. He was playing as one of the celebrities, and he introduced me to Val and his brother. And I was 18 at the time, and Val was 20. And well, I looked at both of them, and then I just decided that I wanted to meet the blonde one, which was Val. I'm like, I like the blonde one. And that was kind of it. We met after the game and exchanged numbers, and the rest is history.
I love it.
Yeah, they were studs.
Yeah.
I'm phenomenal.
My husband is still a stud.
Oh, I can imagine.
I love your
There's just something different about hockey players too.
I know we have to wrap up. I'm going to ask last question, but I do love your relationship. I love what you put out. I really do. I love your marriage. I love the family aspect. I love the business aspect. I think you are a really wonderful role model. And so you are a role model to me. And I'm so, so grateful for you to even, say yes to little old me. And so our last question is, what we ask all of our guests, do you feel like you are in the prime of your life, or do you feel like it's on its way? Do you feel like you passed it?
I actually think I don't like answering these questions so much, because they either make me feel like old or like life is so short, or but the honest truth is I feel like I'm in my prime right now. I really do. I'm 45 years old, and professionally it's booming. My career is getting stronger and stronger every year. Thank the Lord.
Yes.
But on a personal level, like I said, my family has grown and continues to bloom, and the love that I have for my husband continues to grow, and my children are getting older and are adults now. So I feel like I'm in the prime. Like this is a lot of the good stuff. But I say that still knowing I have many, many more good years to come. So I could say in another 10 years, actually, now I'm in my prime.
Yes.
I mean, I hope that's what I say in another 10 years.
I promise you, everybody has, our first guest, Nick Wright, he's a sports commentator. He was like, I feel like every time that you meet me, I'm in the best version of me.
You always evolve into your next prime.
And so I love that. I think it's true. I feel like we are in the prime of our lives, but I'm hoping that next year it gets better, and the year after that. I absolutely love that.
I was waiting for you to be like, no, I'm not in my prime. I'm only an author, an actor, producer, director. But I'm like, not even close. I'm like, oh, she's going to do way more.
Almost there.
Yeah. The only thing I don't feel like I'm in the prime of, even though I'm in relatively good shape, it's just every year I get older, I'm like, oh, I got another kink in my back.
Yep.
Oh,
girl, who are you?
And I'm like, what is happening to me? I'm like, I'm in good shape. Why? Like, things just pop up out of nowhere every single year, like right at my birthday.
Really? Oh my goodness. I feel like people always told me, like, I'm a high jumper. They're like, wait for it, girl. Your back's going to hurt. Your shoulder's going to hurt. I'm lifting and like my wrist hurt. I was like, what is happening? I have to warm up. I have to cool down. I have to foam roll. I was like, I used to be able to eat a bucket of chicken at the track and like go jump and be completely fine. Now that doesn't happen, but I appreciate your time. I don't want to go over. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate you. I send you so much love and light. And if you need any, I'm going to order the book. I'm going to order some things from the line and hopefully slay in them and look as fabulous as you and your daughter. Do you have anything else?
No, it was awesome. Thank you. You definitely are a role model and an inspiration.
You are delightful. Both of
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being patient with me too.
Oh no!
Listen, if you ever guys want to play a little 2-on-2 hockey, we'll spot you a few.
Where are you guys located?
We live in New Jersey.
You're in Jersey, okay.
Yeah, where there's no ice ever.
We actually
we live right by the beach.
Oh yeah, we live 3 blocks away from the
snow.
beach.
Oh, okay.
But we're on the beach, so that part's cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so you're not complaining.
Nah.
And you're in LA.
I'm in LA.
Okay, yeah. So we are actually I have to head out there because I want to start acting. And so I need to move to LA. And I'm trying to convince him. So we took him to San Francisco because I shot my first commercial.
We couldn't go by the Full House though.
I know we couldn't.
We didn't have time.
Oh.
But it's one of the things. So if I am out there, I will message you and then maybe we can meet up and I can take some
I will
tips.
take some shots. You girls can do your things. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna force my way in to the Bure family. Yep.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. Have a wonderful evening and an amazing rest of your year.
I am about to go work out. I am meeting Kira in town. And so end of my day, and I'm going to go get my workout on. So,
oh my goodness. Get it, girl. Go do it. Thank you so much for fitting us in. Have a wonderful bye, girl. Thank you. Well, another successful episode is complete.
Why are you can't even see me through these. You're looking at me like through this picket fence, like we're in prison or something.
He ruins everything.
Me.
Prison Mike, stay over there. Prison Mike, stay over there. Another episode is complete. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Candace, thank you so much for being a guest. It was a pleasure. It was absolutely amazing having you on. Our show is growing.
Booming.
It's getting better.
Right.
And I do want to give a huge shout out. Yeah, we've had some phenomenal guests. Like honestly. Phenomenal. I do want to give a huge shout out for Maggie's Boutique here in Wildwood for this cute
New
top.
Jersey.
I had to come correct and look cute for Candace. So thank you, Maggie's. I truly appreciate it. Their link is down below. Thank you for A Bond Wine for sponsoring us, showing us so much love and keeping this going.
It's not water.
I figured as much.
Bottle of red.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining us for another episode of In Our Prime. We'll see you next time.
Be good, guys.